We now know a Wake County jury returned an almost $18 million verdict in an unprecedented case in medical malpractice lawsuit against WakeMed after finding negligence in a care surrounding the birth of Nequa Lake. To talk about this case, how they got to that award, are part of the counsel team. Joining us right now are attorneys Lisa Weinstein and Gerald Jowers from Grant and Eisenhofer. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. So let's talk about this case with the birth of a little boy in 2019. And for viewers just hearing about it, what happened?
So when Laurel was delivering Nequa, his right shoulder got stuck. It got stuck behind the maternal pubic bone. And it's called a shoulder dystocia. And in order for Nequa to be delivered vaginally, there are maneuvers to perform when a shoulder gets stuck. And the defendant obstetricians, the plaintiffs alleged, used excessive force when performing those maneuvers. We alleged that the maneuvers were not performed properly, and the jury agreed.
Okay, so this case you've had now for years. What goes on in your mind then when the jury announces the verdict?
Relief. I mean, after I met Laurel and Nequa in early 2020 and have been with them ever since. And they've been fighting this case so hard. It was a zero offer case. The defense wanted a trial, and Jerry and I were able to give them a trial. And we're so appreciative and thankful that the jury awarded what they did. But it was really was relief for me.
I bet. Medical malpractice cases, notoriously difficult to win, aren't they? What evidence ultimately persuaded this jury?
They're extraordinarily difficult to win. I think the statistics are that the defendants, the medical providers, win 4 out of 5 cases statistically. So they're extremely hard cases. I think the evidence in this case that had the greatest impact on the jury was really twofold. One, the medical records themselves. What the resident documented she did, as described in the records, was an improper maneuver. Secondly, the nature of the injury itself, the severity of this particular nerve injury in the nerves in the shoulder was so severe that there's really only one thing that can cause it: excessive force and improper maneuvers.
Interesting. And the award, I mean, $18 million, that is substantial, isn't it? Why so high?
Because the injury was so severe. The losses are just devastating. And if you think about it, Nequa has virtually no use of his left hand, his left arm. And you think about everything you do during the day that you don't even think about that requires 2 hands.
Yeah.
And the jury got to meet Nequa and see for themselves what he could and could not do with his left arm, with his left hand, with his left shoulder, and they could visibly see the disfigurement between his left hand, his left arm, and his right.
Looking at some pictures now that show him smiling, a little bit older. How is his daily life now? It looks like he at least is in good spirits.
He's a sweet boy. He is in good spirits. He does the best he can. He does extremely well at school. He's a smart boy. He needs help. He has a buddy at school to help him carry his backpack, to help him in the cafeteria. He does not play a lot of sports, as you can imagine. He does kick a soccer ball with his mom and older sisters in the backyard a little bit, but can't really play other sports. They call him the Lego master. Obviously, he needs a lot of help with his Legos, but he was able to show the jurors how much he loves Legos and what he can do with Legos.
Oh, that's sweet. And how's his mom?
Laurel is doing okay. She is battling breast cancer, and so she is on a fighting for herself as well as her son. Obviously, the breast cancer has nothing to do with the case for Nakwa, but she is a fighter, and this week will be her last week of radiation, so we're really excited for her about that.
That's great. With a verdict like this, is there a message that hospitals and healthcare providers, what message is sent to medical practices and providers?
There certainly is a message. Be careful. Use proper maneuvers. And when negligence happens, when someone gets injured, own up to it. Accept accountability. A verdict like this. Yeah, it's about responsibility.
I hear you. For expectant parents or even those who need to seek the guidance and help of medical professionals, what questions should have been asked? I mean, as we look back, as any parent looks back when something happens to their family or their children, hindsight for sure, but what kind of questions should we be asking that empowers parents and families in a case like this?
Don't be afraid during your pregnancy to ask your provider questions. How is my baby growing? Is it best to have a vaginal delivery, or are there options for a C-section, and why? And let's talk about those. What are the risks? What are the benefits? And let's come up with a birth plan and informed decision making where we're all on the same page. As the patient, we understand what is best for us. We want to be informed. It's our body, it's our baby. Let's just talk about it and have a conversation.
Moving forward, is there anything else in the legal process that is done?
Yes, so we just filed a motion. After you get a verdict, there has to be a judgment entered. So we filed a motion for entry of judgment, and that will be heard by the court probably sometime in September.
All right. Very good. Lisa Weinstein and Gerald Jowers, thank you for joining us to explain this case, and appreciate your input and letting us know how Nakwa and his mom are doing now. Appreciate your time.
Thanks so
Thank you
much.
so much.